What if the only thing standing between you and the life that you dream of is you? Not your circumstances, not the people around you, not your family, just you. Listen, I know how it feels to work hard, to grind, and to get very little result for the amount of work that you're putting in. But listen, success is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. A lot of times, this is exactly what we're facing. We're facing an uphill battle, and it's not us versus anybody else. It's ourselves versus ourselves. It's our mentality fighting our new mentality. It's our old habits creeping in every time we make a little bit of progress. It's our old addictions, our old ways of understanding the world that keeps trying to engulf us into an old way of thinking. It's not really anything that's outside of us. And when this happens, it's hard to keep motivated. It's hard to keep believing that, oh, don't worry, this is all part of the process. Because not only does no one seem to be in your corner, but even your own mind seems to turn against you. So here are 4 things that you can keep in mind whenever you lose motivation or you lose the will to go on. And maybe these 4 things could be the difference between you stopping and giving up on yourself and actually continuing despite what you're going through. So let's get into these 4 things. Now, the first thing to remember is to stop seeking validation. A lot of times when we feel down or beaten up, it's because we don't have the success that we imagine the work that we did would give us. But that success is according to our perception. It's according to what we think we should have based on the work, not for the actual work. So if we stop seeking that validation from the world, we start to refocus and recenter so that we could get back to doing what we love, so we can get back to doing what's important, so we can get back to putting another brick to the castle that we are building that one day will be complete. But the second thing to remember, motivation is gonna go away. No one stays motivated all the time. The important thing is to build the discipline to continue. Motivation is like this. It goes up, then it goes down. It goes up, then it goes down. And sometimes it goes up for a very short period of time, but then you stay unmotivated for so long. How are you going to build your success on this thing that is so unpredictable? It's like waves of water. You don't know whether it's going to be a big wave or a short wave. You can't build a foundation on water. Now, discipline says that, okay, this is the hour that I said that I was going to do this. I'm doing this. And notice, I didn't say, this is the hour that I said I'm going to do this. How do I feel? Now, regardless of how you feel, regardless of if you're tired, if you're hungry, if you're thinking about something else, discipline means to be consistent and just continue. Almost on autopilot. Because when you're motivated, you do a lot of work, and then a large period will pass where no work is done. And then you do a lot of work again, and then a long period passes where no work is done. Now it feels like a lot of work has been done, because let's say that was in a 3-month span, and you had 2 springs of motivation. At the end of the 3 months, the 3 months has passed, you're like, I've been working on this for 3 months. No, you haven't. You worked on it twice when you felt motivated. Now, if you're disciplined, for those 3 months, those 90 days, 1% would happen every single day, regardless of how you felt. You're not looking for 40% to be completed on one spurt of motivation. No, one thing at a time, step by step by step. And after 90 days, you'll have 90% of the thing done. That's discipline versus motivation. So when you're feeling like it's you versus you, remember, a disciplined mind is gonna go way farther, way more consistently than a motivated mind. The third thing to remember when it's you versus you is to control your environment at least as much as you can. It's hard to say control your environment because things happen and we're not in control of everything. But for as much as you can, try to control what is in your immediate space. Let's say you're trying to be on a diet. Try to stay away from the cupboard that has all the snacks. Maybe give them away before you start your diet. If you're saying you want to be more studious, put yourself in an environment where there's books everywhere, where you're speaking to people that are actually also studious. Don't put yourself in a club, because no studying is getting done in a club. Don't put yourself around friends that just want to drink and chill, because they're not going to motivate you to study. And at the end of the day, you're going to feel bad about yourself because of the goals that you had. Your goals are not their goals. So when you're alone looking yourself in the mirror feeling like a failure, you're the one that feels that pain. They don't feel that pain. Put yourself in an environment that's going to reflect the success that you want. Slowly but surely, steps are going to be taken almost intuitively to get to where you need to be on your journey. And the fourth and the last thing that you need to remember, especially when you lose motivation and everything feels like the world is crumbling down and all your plans seem like they're failing, is to remember why you started in the first place. Now, this is the golden nugget of this entire video. Remember why you started in the first place. Just sit down with yourself and think about how far you've come. It's easy to self-deprecate and to demean ourselves when we don't really appreciate or understand how far we've come from. So if you take the time to really think about everything you've been through that led to where you are right now, you'll start to appreciate yourself more. So when you remember why you started, you can remember why you're doing what you're doing. You start to appreciate that even if I didn't get it right now, there's gonna be a day that I'm gonna get it. And why do I know that? Because there was once a time where I prayed and wished and believed that I would be exactly where I am right now. And with a little bit of self-reflection, you'll come to that realization. So that's the fourth thing that I feel is the most important thing to remember, especially when you feel like all else has failed. The journey of life is not something that just happens overnight. It's not something that, oh, I want it and I get it. Everybody's going through a life journey and everybody's gonna have their trials and tribulations. Your trials and tribulations look different than mine, look different than Dick, Tom, and Harry's. So no one really has the roadmap on how to live your life. No one really can tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, at what time, in order for you to get all of the results that you want. This is a journey that we're all taking by ourselves. So give yourself some grace. Even when things feel like you're failing, even when you feel like I could have done more, I should have done more, give yourself some grace. You're the first one to be living this life, and you're the last one as well. So remember to give yourself some self-compassion, remember to give yourself some love, and remember to recognize that you're actually on this journey. A lot of people are just confused about life itself. So don't give up now. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any advice on how you stay motivated, please leave it in the comment section. Just a word of encouragement can be the difference that someone sees that changes the entire direction of their life. So, and yes, this is a really quick video, but I really feel like this is a video that someone needed. So if that's you, my pleasure. I'll see you in the next video.